Hey guys, it's Rory. I'm back for my Project Pan That palette, my Modern Renaissance palette, which I've not updated since August. It's now November and we are nearing the end of the project. So I figured I'd get my butt in gear and actually film an update for this. Um, Something really exciting that I've done this month is actually taken notes on how many times I've used each shade. I set goals and I've used everything multiple times, or at least once, and I'm really excited to share that progress with you guys. What we're gonna do is take a quick look at the palette, and then we'll go through like the numbers in each shade and stuff like that. So this is the palette. And it kind of bring it back so you can see it in the light a little bit. Lots of progress, lots of things to talk about. Okay, so let's start over here with Tempera. This shade is almost gone. Literally, it looks gone in the camera. There's like a tiny little bit in this corner down here. And for the last like week, I've been scraping it out because it's been like almost gone. I have used this 22 times this month, so I've been trying to use it like every single day. It's the 29th right now, so I've used it almost every single day, and just making really good progress with that, and it will be done. It will be done. It will be done like this week, if not like tomorrow or the next day. So I'm super excited to finish off another shade in the palette. That'll be my fifth shade to finish off. So yeah, I'm really glad that I've kind of like worked that into my everyday looks. Kind of just remembering to use that every day. Next, Golden Ochre. I've used this 16 times in November, or that I've kept track of. My goal was to use it 15 times, so I did that. And so I actually repressed a bunch of stuff in this palette. I repressed Tempera, Golden Ochre, Raw Sienna, Burnt Orange, Red Ochre, a little bit of Bon Fresco, and this like custom shade down here. So like things look a little bit different, but like obviously they still had the same amount of progress on them. It's just kind of like what they look like right now. So like I said, I've used this 16 times. When I repressed it, there was no pan showing, but now there is pan showing. It's pretty big actually, and it grows every time I use it, so that's really nice. I'm gonna kind of like, there you can really see how big the pan has gotten. Obviously, Ramir has been done for months now. Bon Fresco, I did repress that a little bit, so I used that 20 times this month. And I've been using it a little bit in my brows, but also like on my eyes. And so when I repressed it, it had a very, very small pan because I didn't fully repress any of the shades except for Golden Ochre and Tempera, because those two were like stuck in the corners. Like that's all I had left. And so I just like fully repressed those. And then the other shades that I repressed, I just kind of like dabbed them down a little bit, like pressed them down so that they were more spread out and I could use them easier. So I did that with Bon Fresco, and basically I've been opening up more pan and more pan ever since then, and especially in the bottom part of the pan, it's really, really shallow, so I'm hoping to make good progress there. Antique Bronze, I used this once this month. It had pan before, so I don't exactly remember. I don't think I had pan in every single shade when I filmed my last update, but since then I have hit pan in every single shade, so it's really exciting to say that like I've hit the pan in every single shade in this palette and then finished them as well. So this has had pan for several months now. Obviously like since August. I think I hit everything in September, was when I finished hitting pan in Antique Bronze, Venetian Red, and Red Ochre. That's when I kind of like wrapped everything up. So obviously I haven't been like focusing a lot on it. There's other shades that I was trying to finish first. Next up I have Cypress Umber. This kind of has like a little heart pan, which is kind of cute. I used this 13 times this month. So just kind of like trying to make progress, trying to like remember to use it, because a lot of times I'll just do a really light look and I'll forget to deepen it out. So that's kind of how that looks. And I just really like that it has a heart pan right now. I did kind of like it was there, and then I was like, I'm gonna make this intentional. So yeah. Over here, I have raw sienna. I've used this 15 times this month. My goal was to use it 10, and I used it 15. So I did kind of repress this one a little bit as well, and you can see that the pan has expanded quite a bit. It's really, really shallow all around the bottom area, so I'm excited to see what will happen with that. Burnt orange. I used this 4 times this month. This did have pan in it before I repressed it. I just decided I'd kind of repress it, kind of squish it down a little bit. So that's why it doesn't have pan right now. But I did hit pan on it at one point. Red ochre. I used this 5 times. This also had pan in it before I repressed the palette. And I did that because I did it with this shade, even though there wasn't a ton of pan, because there was like a crack going through the pan, so I felt like repressing it would give it a little bit more stability. Venetian Red, another shade that I've hit pan on in the last couple of months. I used this 7 times in the last month, and just kind of like mostly using over in this area, not like in the same area that I had pan, so that's why it hasn't gotten any bigger. Over here, I have a custom shade that I made. I used this 4 times this month, and I don't know, I just thought, like, I changed my hair color, and I was like, I'm gonna mix something, and then it didn't work, so, like, I haven't really, like, gotten around to use it much, because I've been working on other stuff. I had a bunch of goals set already. And then Realgar, I used this 10 times down here, and I've kind of been, like, drawing down the pan this way, so trying to make the pan a little bit more shallow. So that's kind of where I am this month. It's November right now, so we have one more month. Obviously there's still a lot of product in here. I'm not gonna finish it all, which is really disappointing. But you know, I've never done this before, and like, look at all the progress that I made. Like, this has gotten its use out of it very, very well in the last 12 months. And so my goals for December, use up tempera, that'll happen. And then I'm not sure that I like, can confidently set any other goals, because there's like a lot of product in all the other pans. Like, the only one that I would be like semi-confident would be saying something about golden ochre, but at the same time there's still like a decent amount of product in there. Probably more than a month of daily wear, and I know that I can't wear it every day. So that's like the update. So thinking about what I'm gonna do with that palette once it hits December and then it turns into January, I'm gonna use it all throughout December. So I have the next like 2 days of November right now, and then let's look at the calendar. I have like 1 day of November, and then it's December, so I'll have like 31 days to do it. Who knows if I'll use it for New Year's or whatever. But one thing that I'm kind of keeping in mind is so it's November right now. I'm on Thanksgiving break. I have 1 week of school where it's just regular, and then the next week is finals, and then I'll be home for a month, And so I'll be working most of that month, and so this will get used a lot for every single day that I'm working, because obviously, like, keeping it work appropriate, um, especially since I'm coming back from college and like I'm gonna need to take this out and put in a retainer and stuff like that. Just kind of like making sure that I'm work safe. And this obviously is a very work safe palette. So, um, another, so I'll obviously use it a bunch throughout December. But like what to do when it hits January. Um, well, obviously, like I love this palette. That's why I decided to do a Pantone palette with it. So I'm not like gonna declutter it or anything like that. I'm not gonna get rid of it. It'll still stay in my collection. I'll still use it. But since I'm at college, so I'm thinking I'm probably gonna take a break from it, and I'll take a different palette with me. I have other eyeshadows there. I could do like a singles project pan, and just like use the eyeshadows I have there, until I hit pan, and then like bring in a new eyeshadow palette every like month, or every time I like hit pan in all the shades. That would be really interesting, especially with the singles palette, because there's a lot of product in there because they are singles. So that's an idea. Otherwise, I could just kind of do like a 1 month, one palette sort of thing, to have a little bit more variety in what I'm using at college. Because I'm really excited to get back into like colorful stuff. I know that like I brought the Take Me Back to Brazil palette with me to college, and then I was like, I have no time. I need to be working on Modern Renaissance, so like I barely use this. I also bought one. So this year, I think I bought this palette for prom in like April ish. So that's one palette, and then I also bought a hard candy palette. It's like a green theme palette last month for Halloween. So I have that with me at college, and I haven't used it except for Halloween. So I'm thinking about using that next. But just like using something else, because I have used so much of this, so much. Actually, I don't have my scale with me right now. I think it's in the kitchen. So, it's just gonna be a mystery how much this palette weighs. But obviously I made a bunch of progress, and I'm really excited to be able to share that. And I'll look forward to sharing it next month. At the end of the month, I'll probably film towards like the 27th or 30th, just to kind of get like the final uses out of it. And I don't know if like I'd use it after I film that finale. So anyways, stay tuned. Next month will be the finale, and good luck with the rest of your project pan as well. Bye.